like you in '87 were having some back and forth during the one-on-ones. Did you want another rep? Did you get better? How much do those both make you each better?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think Dobbs is close second for my favorite, being one of my top receivers in the league. So I always want to go against Dobbs. I mean, the dude's freaking really good. I mean, he come in his rookie year not catching a single pass on me, and now he's in contested. I mean, we going up for 50-50 balls now. I mean, the dude is really good.
What makes him so good? Just the route running?
I think his route running is very well. I mean, he's a pro. He goes about it the right way. He comes in. I mean, he catches 100 balls. I mean, he catches more after practice. You can see he's a real pro. You can see that his attention to detail is very on point.
So if he's number 2, who's number 1?
Oh, Devontae Adams. I know. All I want for Christmas is a Devontae Adams jersey.
I thought you were going to say all you want is Devontae Adams back here.
Oh, nah.
Jaire, what was you've been a huge advocate for Jordan when you saw his deal and know that he's going to be here in Green Bay for a while. What was your thoughts?
My thoughts? I mean, I said last year he was the best QB in the league, so it wasn't a surprise. When he got his deal, I was actually super happy for him. I thought to myself I was playing the wrong position. Maybe I should have played quarterback. I don't know. But no, I was super happy for him. I think it's only going to be up from here for him.
How was your spiral? Would you have had a shot at quarterback?
I would have been like a wildcat type of guy. Fake with the handoff, throw it deep. That's me.
What's the benefit for you as a cornerback having a player like Xavier McKinney at the safety position?
Man, it's so fun playing with X. I sent him a text this morning. I was just looking at some of his film. I'm like, man, that break you made in practice the other day was elite, man. X is super hard on himself, super critical of himself. That's what's going to make him great. He's like, man, I got to make that play, though, man. I'm like, yeah, you do got to make that play, but it's fun having him back there.
In the last few training camps, there's been such high expectations due to the talent on defense. Now you have a different scheme with a lot of that talent as well. How do you make sure you get out of the gates fast this year where you haven't the last two?
I mean, it's really about, it really comes to the individual, the man himself, and I think, it's easy to come out here and, play well the first couple of days, but can you sustain it, and that's what great players do. They sustain it throughout the season. So that's kind of what we should be doing.
Talking about X, obviously he's a vet, but then you have 2 other guys in Javon and Evan kind of flip-flopping back and forth and playing the ones. What have you liked about what you've seen from them early on?
I think those guys are smart. They're fast learners. They're really aggressive. I mean, some things you can't coach, and like I've said, I've always wanted to play with aggressive safeties who come down and make the tackles, so I don't have to, per se, but I will. But no, those guys are fast learners, and you can just see it, man. They just have that young spirit about them, man. It's cool to see.
Has it been cool for you seeing the start Stokes is getting off to after everything he's been through the last couple of years?
Definitely, man. I can tell that Stokes' confidence is rising, and that's so good for him, man, because he's battled through a lot of adversity. And I'm just happy for him because when he's making plays out there, I mean, it makes him better, it makes everybody better.
Joe, have you seen Carrington just develop in this offseason? I know you talked about adding on the weight, but how have you just seen that maybe help him when he's out there?
I mean, a young alien's he's always just going to be him. I love that kid. I mean, he's a dog, I mean. And the fact that he's gotten even bigger and stronger, I mean, it shows his work ethic and how much his game means to him.
Have you noticed anything just with his game now that he has gotten bigger and stronger?
Yeah, no, he's explosive. I think that he does a good job of getting his hands on. You can see like when he jams somebody, they're like, whoa, and he's a taller corner, so that's gonna work great to his advantage.
Jaire, from the moment you joined this team, we could see your confidence. It feels like the whole group between Keyshawn, Carrington, Aaron, you. Is this the most confident corner group you've ever been around in your time in the league?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, from the time I got here, I mean, no one's in the league anymore from my rookie year. So, I mean, it's a whole total 360 shift in the energy of the players, the confidence, and, it's just a standard that's been set in this room since I first got here.
What's it like to be surrounded by guys who cut from the same cloth with the confidence?
I mean, it's amazing, man. It's amazing. I think it helps our defense a lot. It helps the team a lot. Just having guys with maximum confidence level. This game is going to have ups and downs, but I know these guys are going to stick it through. You know why? Because that's what we cut from.
Having a healthy Rashan to start the year, how much different is that going to be? Because I mean, he was healthy, but like he wasn't himself yet at the start of the year, and he just feels like he's, like you said, just pinning his ears back and going.
Yeah,
what
man.
What does he mean to this defense?
No, Rashan's a beast, man. I mean, I love that dude too. I mean, he's gonna make my job so much easier. I've always said that. Like, he's gonna make my job so much easier, and at the same time, he's gonna go hard every play, and I know that about Ryan.
You mentioned how the personnel has changed here, and you're now the veteran. Does that bring leadership requirements with it?
Requirements, I mean, it's just a natural thing. I don't, leadership comes natural for me. There's no emphasis on it.
I forget at what point last year you said you guys were going to win out. You weren't that far off. Do you have a feel of what this team can accomplish this year based on what you've seen so far?
I mean, it's hard to say right now, man, but, at the end of the day, I see us hoisting that trophy on my birthday, February 9th. But
That's fitting, isn't it?
Oh, very fitting.
Hard to see, but you see it pretty clearly.
Sometimes.
What's your relationship with Jeff Hafley been like?
Man, I love Haf. We had a good conversation yesterday, actually. I mean, Haf's super smart, man. He's super smart. He's a DB's coach, man. You would love to play for a guy like Haf because he's gonna break it down and he's gonna cater to what we're covering. So like if we're, I just think that besides football, even me and Haf have very interpersonal conversations, and I can respect that about him. It's more than just a coach. He's a man, I'm a man, and we can have those conversations.
From the day he was hired, how long did it take for you to really buy in and say, this is going to be something special?
Oh, man, like I said, the first day he came in, I was in his office. I was in his office. I talked to all the coaches. He was very open to suggestions, ideas from me, which, a lot of coaches don't want to hear sometimes. And, I just knew from that point, like, we're gonna have something.
You haven't faced Lamar since you guys both came in. Are you excited to have him here for joint practice?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I owe him a couple picks.
What about tackle?
Tackle? Nah, I ain't gonna tackle.
Are you glad that that's not part of it?
Yeah, I'm glad that's not part of it, man. I don't got time to be trying to chase this man around all day.